Greetings and welcome to another weekly vault video with me, Treggyz, I suppose. Let's get right into it. I had a pretty kick-ass week this last week. I essentially got a lot of stuff I wanted to get done, except for some of my alt characters that didn't quite get as much done as they would have maybe wanted. I already see a socketed tier helmet at max rank. I feel like that's what I go with. While this is simming on my other monitor, I should talk about like what all I mean. So my Warriors Guild, we happened to get 6 out of 9 Mythic this last week. Very good. I didn't actually get to kill Laridar though, but I'll get him next week. I guess that's not too surprising. Apparently he wants me to go with the weapon. How much of a downgrade is it? Like, the helmet is mighty tempting. Here's sort of my thinking. So, on my sim, it wants me to go with the mace. But my thinking is, what if I get the legendary very, very soon? In which case the helmet, which is only like 80 DPS behind. I honestly just want to pick the helmet because I feel like it's the smarter long-term choice. Like, this is for like immediate this week, but like this is like good for the rest of the patch. That's kind of my thinking. Yeah. This time I will disregard the Sims and do exactly that. I shall pick a helmet, which is still a big upgrade, but it's only about 80 DPS or so shy of the other weapon. I'm just kind of thinking, like, trying to think long term, you know? And also, like, just the fact that it's socketed, it's just like a straight upgrade for me. So, and I will bother, like, fixing my gear and stuff later, because I spent a lot of time last week, fiddling with that stuff on my characters. I messed up my other monitor in my crappy lighting. I've got I suppose a ghetto webcam light on, and the fact that I have a notepad open on my other monitor, and I tabbing around for the sake of simming, and yeah. So the thing about my paladin last week is we got Farok AOTC down, which is pretty cool because that's essentially the main goal of the guild, is to just get an AOTC. But we also, for the first time since Vaults, we also managed to kill a mythic boss last week as well. We killed Gnarlroot. I also believe we could have killed Igara. We had like a few good pulls on her, but I'm pretty positive we can do that this week instead. Alright, so that one's going to take a minute. But yeah, so we killed Farok. I was pretty happy with it. I ended up swapping to Holy. We had one of our healers out, so I had to swap to Holy to kind of like help us out and essentially just be an extra dispel bot. Like, that's all I really did on the fight. I smacked the boss the entire time, and I was just trying to dispel on cooldown. And we got it within like 3 or 4 pulls, I think, of me doing that. I can look. I'm pretty sure that was the case. But one way or another, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty proud. I also I had mistakenly thought that we were like a week slower this tier compared to our last AOTC, but it turns out we actually like perfectly matched ourselves for last for Abris. We got both AOTCs in the 5th week of the raid. It only took us 6 pulls on Wednesday to do it. That's pretty nice as well. I think the only thing that was different was last year with Sarkrath. I think we killed it the first night of that, like, Wednesday that week. The first pull of the night, we just slammed him. I had a very, very poor healing parse. I ended up getting out-healed by the boss because he, like, shields himself like once or twice throughout the encounter. And I didn't manage to out-heal that amount of shielding he does for himself, so pretty good. I think that's what healers want to do. gray parse healing and only do damage. It's a habit I seem to have whenever I heal in raids. Last few times I have healed. It's essentially, in my opinion, just a tie between these items. Yeah, it looks like the chest is what I shall go with. It seems overwhelmingly like the chest is the right thing to pick. So I shall do that. I will also fiddle with this after the video. Gotta go catalyze that and all this good stuff. Also, something about the last week, I didn't actually do as much alt content as I'd kind of originally meant to. I kind of it's kind of like a combination of burned out by the last week's weekly and just, you know, it was like Monday night and I kind of just ran out of time to do stuff. Sort of what I get for waiting last minute to do all my my content for the week, essentially. Just kind of ran out of steam and didn't feel like continuing. So it's not necessarily the greatest trinket. I know this isn't even like a top, I doubt it's like even a top 5 trinket. But that's still gonna be like 40 eye level over my current. I have a sandglass as my other trinket. Where that? I'm blind. Trying to find my thing. So yeah, I'd replace the sandglass, obviously, even though the sandglass is pretty good in my opinion, even at 441. So let me just I won't bother simming. I'm just gonna look it up on my blood mallet. Yeah, it's sort of a downgrade. But it should, my thinking is, like, I actually play Frost a good amount on the side as well, and I'm pretty sure you want a lot of crit as Frost, so I think I'll just pick it that way. I'd love to go for the sword for the Mog, but I'll get a normal sword eventually, I'm sure. I'll do my best to get one, at the very least. I only have a few more characters. I didn't do a lot. I essentially just did, like, these... did the top 6, if that makes any sense. Still never sure what loot spec to open the vault on this character. I haven't personally heard a single thing about this trinket, so I have to suspect it's not great. It is very far down. That is a really bad trinket, it looks like. So I think I'm just picking tokens because it's... This trinket is no joke. It's like the 8th or 9th from the bottom of the Blood Mallet list. It's getting beaten by, like, Season 2 trinkets. Wow. I mean, like, I bet that, like, a big chunk of it is the fact that it has verse on it. Like, I don't really know any casters that like verse all that much, besides, like, Fire Mage did like verse last season. I'm not sure if that's still the same. But, that's, it's pretty, gnarly trinket. Pardon the pun, somewhat. So, yeah, I'm just gonna pick tokens. Wow. Yeah, ninth trinket from the very bottom of my my balance boomy list I'm looking at. It's very interesting. I was hoping for tier on my druid. It's one piece away from having 4 set. But I've gotten very lucky the last few weeks with tier, so I can't be too upset I didn't do it right. Or I didn't get the right piece. Midas Talisman. I actually think that one's a half decent trinket, if I remember right. Or nowadays it's a half decent trinket. They buffed it like 200%. Yeah, that's that looks like it's my second best Mythic Plus trinket. How about for Havoc? Yeah. For Havoc, it's my best trinket. It's only a heroic level, bit of a shame, but I'll take it still. But now I have 2 unused trinkets, so I don't know, might keep Dargirl in or something over this one. I know this is also a good trinket for Havoc at least, but it's a veteran one. I'm not sure. Man, I did a very poor job of leaving my characters right at the vault. The sad thing about my Evoker this last week is I actually had an 18 in its bags, but it was an Everbloom, and Everbloom is awful in bolstering weeks. So I was tempted to just like throw it up and see if people will join, but I was like, actually no. The key I ran on my Demon Hunter just before it went like it was such an interesting run that I didn't really feel like doing any playing World of Warcraft anymore for the rest of the night afterward. And I don't know if I'll get to use this cloak at all. It might be decent for like I don't know Prez, but I'm pretty sure both Og and Dev want mastery, and this cloak does not have any mastery on it at all. Fairly confident that's all I did last week. I just like again I ran out of time before I could do like kind of like my bonus, you know, ratty alts down here. I couldn't do anything on them, so I suppose that brings me to I suppose my like weekly recap for the week. So again, I'm really happy with pretty much my entire whole week. I got AOTC on my Pally. I got a few mythic bosses on my warrior. I capped out my character on Season of Discovery. Also ran SFK on it a good little bit. Kind of like I'm essentially fully ready for the raid. I have a good feeling about potentially getting a legendary this week. I hope at the very least. No legendaries were looted at all this last week with either of my 2 guilds, so somebody's got to get a legendary, and hopefully it's me on one of my 2 characters. Although I'm also killing normal Farrak every week on my Death Knight, but not high hopes that I actually get the drop on him. At least not right away, unless I get just insanely lucky. I guess something that was somewhat interesting I did yesterday is before I streamed for the night, I was kind of going down like a little a YouTube how to how to kind of like grab people's attention more with like thumbnails and titles a little bit. I'm not sure if like I'm gonna necessarily change anything I do because I think I'm doing okay, considering I'm not like really like cross posting on social media or like trying to. I haven't done it in a long time, or like like cross post something onto Reddit at the same time. So I think I'm pretty happy with how things have been going. I've actually gotten like another, probably averaged 7 or 8 subscribers the last week on YouTube. It's kind of like my goal to hit 100 before the end of the year, and at the moment of recording right now, I'm at 92 of that 100, so I'm feeling pretty good about that goal. Yeah, I'm kind of just keeping my nose to the grindstone. I don't think that's the right saying, but I'm kind of just on it. Although what I do need to do, although watching those videos did give me some ideas about like some other stuff I could do, and like I've had other ideas as well. I just think I need to actually. What I'll probably do at some point this week is I'm going to actually sit down and try to like record 2 or 3 like actually sit and record some videos that aren't just vault videos, or just stream and find like silly things that happen in key highlights. So maybe I'll do that. I hope I do, because I'm kind of had like I've had like a good idea for a while for a video that I really want to do. Just a matter of sitting and and doing it. So I think that's it for that's it for this weekly vault video, and by I suppose my weekly recap. Um, Thanks everyone for watching again. I hope you subscribe. It's been lots of people doing that anyway, but I guess I should still just mention it in the first place. So, good stuff is incoming. So, have a great week. Good luck with your next weekly vault and all that good stuff. Hopefully you had a good one this week. I will catch you around very soon. See ya.